The definition of a warrior is a brave or experienced soldier or fighter. Because we've seen such extreme cases, and they have recovered where even the strongest may give up, Stray Rescue has named 2019 the Year of the Warrior. First, we introduce you to Harris.
There's never been a moment you were forgotten.
Harris came to us literally with a few breaths left in him. He was found on the side of the road, starved to death on a piece of cardboard, literally left to die. We had to give him every chance possible. We couldn't let him die like this, miserable, in pain, and never knowing love. Cassidy laid on the floor with him that night in the clinic, holding his paw and praying he would survive to know the love he deserved. To our amazement, he made it through that first crucial night. He continued to wake up each morning with a little more life in him than the day before. The light slowly began to shine in his once dull eyes as he healed. He found a reason to live.
I will rescue you. I confess I am lost.
This is Marco. He was tied to a fence. His face, body, and legs were covered in bites. He had been brutally fought weeks before, and his wounds were left unattended. He had become septic. His face had swelled so big, he didn't look like a dog. He was all alone and waiting to die. Marco was so defeated and in pain from the infection in his body, his spirit was broken. We knew he needed a lot more than just healing physical wounds.
Angel down, but the people just stood around.
It's not easy to be me.
Meet Gizmo. On a hot, humid day, the St. Louis Fire Department called. A dog was running down the street limping and bleeding and went under a house. We climbed under the house to find a terrified girl. We tried to lure her out, but she collapsed. She was dying. We carried her to the rescue jeep as blood poured from her mouth. She leaned against us for comfort and cried in pain. It was the longest 10-minute drive of our lives. Once we were at Stray Rescue, we could see the severity of her broken jaw and shattered leg and shoulder.
It's not easy to be me. Crashing, hit a wall.
Dutch Boy stole all our hearts from the start. He was hiding under a house. Donna pulled up and found a very scared boy. He crawled over to her with his tail wagging. His face and body looked like it was covered in dried blood. She rushed him to the trauma center, where the vet team believed something was poured on him, acid or scalding hot water. Everyone in the shelter heard his cries that night.
Don't let me, don't let me, don't let me down. What about me? It isn't fair.
Imagine laying in the grass with the sun beating down on you. You have been through such horror that you are nothing but skin and bones. The hunger hurts, and your body is deteriorating. You're too weak to stand. You want to cry out for help, but you are silent. There is no one to help you. By the grace of God, you are found. By then, you are so weak you can't even lift your head. But you feel you are being carefully carried by someone speaking kindly to you. Your wounds are cleaned and wrapped, and you're given water. In that instant, everything changes. You have hope again. This was Riley's plight when he first came to Stray Rescue.
Can't you see? I wanna live. And I am here still waiting, though I still have my doubts.
And then there was Scootch, living in a crawl space under an abandoned house in pitch black. He lived day by day,
I'm falling apart.
all alone, invisible to the world he lived in. His back legs were paralyzed. He literally had to drag himself, causing open wounds to form on his rear legs. He looked startled when we climbed under the house. Yes, we see you. He truly broke our hearts. How long had he been alone like this? We made a trail of Vienna sausages and led him to safety. We were shocked to see how thin and frail his body was when he came out in the light. Today, his life would change. We see extreme cases and certainly had our share this year. Most of them wouldn't have survived one more day on the mean streets of St. Louis. Some of them would have been euthanized and put out of their misery upon arrival anywhere else. But at Stray Rescue, we believe in miracles.
And I believe, I believe.
Harris was surrounded by the best team that cared for him daily on his long road to recovery. We call them Harris's Angels. They took care of him all hours of the day and night, celebrating with each new amazing step he took, from sitting up on his own to walking and finally barking and playing. We witnessed this miracle blossom before our very eyes. He now knows love. He is a warrior. It was a long journey to recovery for Marco, but he made it to the other side. He gained both his health and his confidence back. His foster family fell in love with him while they helped him get healthy, and to our delight, they adopted him. He is happy, spoiled, and fills their days with joy and laughter. He overcame all odds. He is a warrior. Gizmo went to hell and back. Her healing journey was not an easy one. But during jaw surgery, a leg amputation, and tube feeding, she never stopped fiercely loving us. She did it. She made a full recovery and is the sweetest girl in the world. Her crooked smile is absolutely perfect. She is the embodiment of a female warrior. Dutch Boy's cries filled our shelter that first night, but he will never cry again. Although his wounds were inflicted by the hands of humans, he never stopped wagging his tail. He never stopped trusting us to take care of him. Dogs don't feel sorry for themselves. They remain kind and brave. This is a warrior. From the beginning, Scootch was so grateful. We helped him gain weight and let him know it was okay to trust people again. The best day was when Scootch got his wheels. He lit up. He had been given independence, dignity, and life back. He is unstoppable now. He never gave up. He is a warrior. Riley's determination is what pushed him. We had to teach him how to walk again. We had to show him he was strong enough to do it on his own. The day he took his first steps was one we will never forget. Riley grew big and strong, but never stopped believing in himself. His strength is what makes him a warrior.
What you say of me, I believe.
Jump in. Good girl. Very good. Okay, settle down.
At Stray Rescue, we see these miracles because of donors like you. They wag their tails, having faith in humanity. They are not given up on here. They are given that second chance to believe in humans again. And we are grateful they give us that gift. Here's to the animals all over the world who are abused and overcome. Here is to the future warriors that will come through our door